What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com. Finally back with a news video. It's been a while since I've dropped one. And before we get into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button below. As well, I hope you guys enjoyed your 4th of July. Mine was pretty low-key. Ate some good food, lit some fireworks. But getting back to this video, some of the highlights include a detailed look at the Air Jordan 11 DMP and the Air Jordan 11 Neapolitan. We also have a first look at the Maniere Air Jordan 5 in black. I'm going to talk about that shoe more, about it being the first look since it really wasn't, later on in the video. And of course we have more news from Jordan Brand. Other than that, we have a strong lineup from Nike, and now let's get into it. Ambush has 2 upcoming collaborations on the Nike Air More Uptempo Low, and to my knowledge, this will be the first time that the Air More Uptempo releases in low top form. Now, the first colorway comes dressed in limestone, vivid sulfur, black, and flat pewter, and the second shoe comes dressed in the classic black and white color combination. This colorway originally released back in 1996 and worn by Scottie Pippen. So the overall look of the two is still the same, aside from being a low top. They also feature ambush branding on the heel, co-branding on the insoles, and each pair is said to come with unique packaging. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a release date for the two. However, they are expected to launch fall 2023, and the retail price will be $190 each. Now, being in low top form, to me at least, it's not that bad. I actually kind of like them. So if I'm going to go after anything, it's going to be the black pair. Some people call this Air Max 2 CB94 white and black. Some call it Old Royal. Whatever you want to call them, they will return in 2024. So for those that don't know, this was of course worn by Charles Barkley. He wore this pair while playing for the Phoenix Suns during the 1994 season. Now, this information I actually knew for quite some time. However, I just didn't get around to sharing it until now. But this pair also released in 2021, so only 3 years later, we're going to get another return. And the images you're looking at is actually the 2021 release. Although what was interesting is the style code is the same. So I'm kind of wondering if Nike is dropping shoes again that dropped during the COVID timeframe because production was cut short and maybe they want to squeeze a little bit more money out of it. I'm not entirely sure, but this pair is expected to launch spring 2024, and the retail price is $170. Now, the retail price may change because I've noticed there's a lot of shoes that are actually increasing in price. We also have a first look at the Nike SB Dunk High Sweet Tooth, which is dropping for Halloween. This pair is also known as candy corn, and God, I hate candy corn. It's like the worst thing to get, but some people might like it. I don't know. Now, I do believe we showcased the sample of this shoe in a previous video. Now, there are some differences which I did learn about some months ago. I didn't know the exact differences, but I was told that what releases will look different than the sample. But here we go, and they still feature the same tricolor color blocking on the upper, but this time around it is gradient, so we have yellow around the heel, orange in the mid panel, and white around the toe. Now, the sample pair had a molar and a piece of candy corn in it by the heel. It was actually on the lateral side. Now, for the retail pair, it has actually moved onto the inside of the tongue. Just below that, there is a warning which reads, "Don't take candy from strangers." And the insoles have all over candy corn print. Also, if you look closely on the toe box, I believe that's candy corn debossed, which is an interesting touch. Now, if these were low, I probably would be more excited about them. But the shoes are expected to debut during October for Halloween, and the retail price will be $120. Release details were just announced for the social status Nike Mac Attack. Now, this pair is known as Silver Linings, and for those that don't know, it does feature wear-away uppers. Well, on the swoosh, it could be worn away, and actually, I believe that's it. However, they do feature social status branding on the tongue, and this is one of 4 colorways expected to release. And if you want to grab this one, which I think I'm going to go after, they drop on July 14th. At social status in store and online, and the retail price will be $140. So they bumped up the retail price for the Mac Attack $15 because it's a collab. Also, they'll be available in a men's size 3.5, which is a women's size 5, and they'll go up to a men's size 15, which is a women's size 16.5. We have another Nike SB Dunk Low collaboration on the way, and this is by TIGHTBOOTH. I believe that's how you pronounce it, and they are a Japanese skate shop. So they'll be adding their own take on the SB Dunk Low. Overall, I actually think it's pretty nice. Going over the pair, it appears that black suede lands on the upper, and then of course we have white leather on the overlays that features debossed stripes in various directions. Next, we have TIGHTBOOTH's label on the lateral side. Co-branding lands on the tongues. And although these images don't show it, what it's being reported is that they'll feature unique lace dubres. There's also large branding on the tongue, which is done in all black. And then we have this grid-like polka dot pattern. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm probably messing that up. I'm sure there's a real name for that pattern. And then we have more orange on the inside of the tongue and the insoles. So this is a solid pair. They are expected to debut this holiday season, and the retail price will be $135. Out of all the upcoming Kobe releases, this is the one I'm most looking forward to. It's the Nike Kobe 6 Protro Reverse Grinch. Now, for those that don't know, I just dropped a short on upcoming Nike Kobe releases, which includes dates. So what I'm going to do is, if you missed out, there's a link in the description below which will take you to that short video, and I go over all of the upcoming dates in that. But for the Reverse Grinch, it pretty much comes just like what we saw prior, although it looks a little bit more red here. I'm wondering if that's just how the photo was taken. But the shoes feature a bright crimson, black, and electric green color combination. Now, we first saw the shoes, I believe PJ Tucker showed them off on a live stream, and then Anthony Davis wore them on court. But yeah, to me, these are really nice. I'm kind of liking them more than the actual Grinch. Call me crazy, but these are 100% must need. Now, as for the release date, they are currently scheduled to debut on December 16th, and the retail price will be $180. Over the weekend, Jordan Brand unveiled two new signature shoes. The first we're going to go over is the Zion 3. So I'm going to read straight from the press release. Jordan Brand design is rooted in equal parts motion and emotion. Each player in the Jordan Brand signature lineup embodies a different playing style that evokes a certain feeling in those who watch it. The Zion 3 was built for Zion Williamson's playing style, a blitz of strength and speed by supporting him in three specific ways: containment, court fill, and impact protection. Now that's kind of funny because that guy hasn't really played much. I got a lot of his rookie cards that pretty much tanked, but let's continue reading. The midsole cushioning is designed to help absorb the forces of Zion's explosive game. The midsole is comprised of Formula 2-3 foam with a Zoom air unit in the forefoot for responsive cushioning. A drop-in midsole supports comfort and stability. The stack height is the lowest yet on a Zion signature shoe. This gives players cushion where they need it, but also helps them feel in control of their ground movements, like a tight spin off the low block. The rubber herringbone traction pattern helps enable quickness and control as well, while the iconic Z icon, which has been consistent on Zion's signature line, comes to life via a raised TPU material and helps with lateral containment. When brainstorming his third signature shoe in collaboration with the Jordan Brand design team, Zion told them that he's made it out of the mud, referencing the hard work on his journey from Marion, South Carolina to the NBA. The upper features a material and color splatter that was created using 3D imaging of Zion's foot, last launching through mud. It is a canvas to tell Zion's personal story, but it's strategically reinforced to help contain strong lateral movements over the footbed. So we have a look at 4 upcoming colorways. The first is known as Sanctuary, and they are expected to debut in September. Next, we have the Zion 3 Mud, Sweat, and Tears. This pair is expected to drop in October. Following, we have the Zion 3 Fresh Paint. This pair is slated for November. And last but not least, we have the Zion 3 Black White. And this shoe is set to drop in December. Now, unfortunately, we don't have specific release dates for each pair, and the retail price will be $140 each. Overall, I'm not really a fan of the shoe. I think the Luka 2 is much better than this. Also, the Jordan 38, which we're going to go over shortly. But let me know your thoughts down below. I'm not a huge fan of the Jordan Tatum 1, however, I will admit it kind of has grown on me a little bit. I'm sure it's a great hooping shoe. Expected to release later this year, we have the Jordan Tatum 1 Cool Gray, which is a tribute to the Air Jordan 11 Cool Gray. Now, this shoe doesn't actually feature Cool Gray, but it does come dressed in medium gray, white, and Gunsmoke. It features gray across the knitted mesh upper, heel counter, and TPU reinforcement. And adding to the theme, we have patent leather on the overlays. Finishing the look is white on the JT tongue logos, Jumpman on the heel branding, laces, and midsole. Now, if this is something you're interested in, they drop on December 12th, and the retail price will be $120. Along with the Zion 3, Jordan Brand officially unveiled the Air Jordan 38. Now, this isn't our first look. However, we have details on 3 upcoming colorways, but I did want to read from their press release because it features all the details, all the tech, and so forth. So, reading from their press release, the Air Jordan Signature Series isn't just the most storied footwear line in basketball history, it's also the basketball line at the cutting edge of innovation for the next generation of player. The Air Jordan 38 is the next step in that history, introducing a new plate technology drawn from the insights of Michael Jordan's impeccable footwork, court mobility, and creating separation where the focus harkening back to Jordan's fadeaway jumper. Built to serve intricate footwork, the shoe is designed low to the ground so players can have more court feel during pivots, cuts, and defensive slides. The new X-plate, which is a nod to the straps on the Air Jordan 8, keeps the foot over the footbed during sharp movements. A radial herringbone traction pattern works with a full-length Zoom Strobel unit and full-length Cushlone 3.0 foam for just the right amount of responsive cushioning. The outrigger helps secure the foot for lateral movements. The X-plate continues a long line of Jordan exclusive development in its plate technology, from the Flight plate to the Eclipse plate to the ISO plate. The backless embroidery over the forefoot area in the upper helps secure the foot. The upper doubles as a canvas for highlighting Michael Jordan's performance in the 1993 championship series when he averaged almost 41 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists on 50% field goal percentage. The embroidered upper features specific areas calling out those stats. For example, 41 crosshatches on the collar represent Jordan's 41 point per game average for the series. 3 diamonds on the medial side symbolize the Chicago franchise's 3rd consecutive championship. When the shoe's components are taken together, the Air Jordan 38 is the most sustainably made Air Jordan signature shoe in Jordan Brand history, made of at least 20% recycled material by weight. So that's it from the press release. Now, as for the upcoming colorways, the first one set to drop is the Air Jordan 38 Fundamental, and this pair will drop on August 18th. Now, this shoe, actually, we saw a first look of some time back, I believe. Next, we have the Air Jordan 38 FIBA, which comes dressed in white, metallic gold, and pure platinum. This pair is scheduled to debut on September 7th. The last pair is the Air Jordan 38 Center Star, aka WNBA. This is a women's exclusive drop, and they feature a cone, black, brilliant orange, and melon tint color combination. Scheduled to drop on September 25th for $200. Now, there are more colorways coming. We don't have photos of those. One of the highlighted colorways looks to be a combination of some of the OG Air Jordan 8 colorways. We have the Air Jordan 38 Bright Concord that features a black, true red, bright Concord, and aquatone color combination. No specific release date for that one, but they are expected to drop holiday 2023 for $200. So each pair is $200. I'm sure it's an incredible hooping shoe. For me, I'm probably going to grab the fundamental pair, but let me know your thoughts down below. Official images just popped up of the Air Jordan 12 Brilliant Orange, aka WNBA. So since we only had a few images, I thought that possibly this release would get delayed because it didn't seem like anybody had them in hand yet. But like I mentioned, the official photos just dropped, so we have that. Also, the shoes are listed on the Sneakers app, so the release date is now locked in unless Jordan Brand decides to change it. But as you can see, the shoes feature a black and orange color combination. To be specific, it's black, brilliant orange, and white. And from the official photos, some of the details we didn't see before, we can now see. So on the insoles, we have a bunch of stars with various colors. One, the base is black, the other is done in white. They also come with special packaging which features that same theme. I'll make sure to include a photo. And then on the outsole, we have translucent areas, which has a unique design. I'm sure it's connected to the WNBA, but I'm not entirely sure what it represents. So if you know, let me know down below. Now, like I mentioned, this is a women's exclusive release, and they'll drop on July 13th for $200. A couple weeks back when I wasn't doing YouTube videos when I took a short break, a first look at the Air Jordan 11 Neapolitan popped up. Fast forward to yesterday, we now have a detailed look. So a lot of people are saying that they don't really see the Neapolitan look, and I think it's really due to the quality of the images, or I should say the lighting of them, because people are stating that the patent leather looks black, and it really does. However, the shade is brown. It's just kind of hard to see here. Other than that, we have more brown on the Jumpman by the ankle. We have a white leather upper, white also on the midsole. The 2-3 on the heel also features brown. And then finishing the look, we have Atmosphere on the milky translucent outsole, which is like a shade of pink. Now, these are okay. I'm sure there's some people that will like them. I feel like if they put the Atmosphere pink on the patent leather, that would have looked a lot nicer in my opinion, but that's just me. And they're currently scheduled to debut on November 11th, which is Singles Day, and the retail price will be $225. So it looks like we've seen two different versions of the upcoming Maniere Air Jordan 5 in black. Now, what I'm hearing is this is the pair that's actually releasing. I'm not sure what the deal was with the first set of images that was going around, but to be honest, I'm a little suspicious about these photos just for the fact of one we have wrapped up in saran wrap. The overall shape, it doesn't look right to me. Now, it does appear that the tongue and the collar area will be a bit thinner. That's something we've already noticed on the pair that James Whitner was wearing. Also, with this shoe, I can't really make out the design on the netting, but it does look different to me. It also features an aged look. That same aged look is seen on the outsole. That's something I really do like about them. And I'm not sure why, but the individual who took these photos decided to tag over the 23 that's stitched by the heel. So if you look closely, you will notice that. Another nice touch to the shoe is that it features Nike Air branding on the heel, and then we have an Maniere label on the inside of the tongue. Other details includes burgundy crush accents and Maniere written on the visible air unit. So for now, this pair is scheduled to release on November 22nd, and the retail price will be $225. Also, there's another pair of the Maniere Air Jordan 5 scheduled to release. This will be a women's exclusive. Originally, I believe a shoe that was supposed to drop was in light bone, but I'm not 100% confirmed on it, but I believe that pair was scrapped due to this one, which is known as diffused blue, and the specific colorway is photon dust, black, diffused blue, and pale ivory. For this one, we don't have a specific release date. More than likely, they will drop on the same day, but for now, we're just saying holiday 2023, and the retail price will be $225. We finally have a detailed look at the Air Jordan 11 Defining Moments, aka DMP. Now, there's some things I do want to go over about this shoe in a moment, but the first thing I want to talk about is the Jumpman. So initially, they were supposed to be stitched on. That came from my sources. As well, the description from Jordan Brand also said that it was going to be a stitched on Jumpman. However, that isn't the case. Apparently, they decided to go with that rubber-like Jumpman. Now, the only issue with that is that if you wear them over time, a lot of people said that it started to peel off. So that could be an issue in the future. As you can see, there's only 3 differences with the 2023 pair compared to the 2006. For example, we have white leather on the upper instead of mesh. We also have a high-cut patent leather that is done in black, and then the outsole. So on the original pair, it had like a blue icy outsole, and for the 2023 release, it's more of a milky hue. Other than that, we have the 2-3 on the heel done in gold. The carbon fiber is also done in gold. The overall blocking is the same. And what I've been seeing a lot lately is people are saying this isn't a DMP. a lot of people tend to forget that a lot of these nicknames come from people who just like sneakers. It's not specifically from the brand. This shoe is a DMP to me. It's a retro of it. Some people are calling it Reimagine. That isn't the case with these. Reimagine is a specific series. Sure, you can say they looked reimagined, but it's not officially part of Jordan Brand's Reimagine series. Even if Jordan Brand comes up with a nickname for them, which maybe they will down the line. I've asked a lot of sources and I said, hey, is Jordan Brand not calling these DMP? What are they calling them? And my sources, unfortunately, weren't able to give me the heads up just yet. In fact, they weren't even sure, but that doesn't mean that Jordan Brand won't call them something different. I'm still going to call them DMP, defining moments, because to me, this is pretty much what they are. But anyways, with these new photos, I'm definitely feeling them a lot more. I know a lot of people complain about the leather upper. To me, I like it. I think it looks very clean. And on to the release details. This pair is scheduled to release on December 9th in full family sizing. And the retail price is expected to be $230. So initially it was $225, but now what I'm hearing is the retail price is going to go up $5. So a lot of stuff is actually going to go up $5 to $10 starting later this year and well into 2024. So be on the lookout for that. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this pair down below. Are you liking the detailed look? Are you liking them more or less than when the information first came out? And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button below. And if you've been around for a while and haven't done so yet, turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. I've been into making these shorts, but I did one on the July Air Jordan release dates. I just dropped one for the Kobe releases, the upcoming ones for 2023 and 2024. So if you want to check that one out, there will be a link in the description below. Also, if you want to see me create any shorts like that, it's pretty simple for me to do. It's actually pretty fun as well. So if you have any ideas, you can leave that down below. I have a series idea. I don't really want to say it because I don't know who's listening, and if someone takes it, I would be a little upset. But it has to do with sneakers and pop culture. Of course, I'm going to keep it with the news. I'm going to still drop regular news videos, news short videos, but I kind of want to do something a little different as well. But anyways, let me know down below. Also, from this video, let me know what you liked or disliked. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.